Hello everyone. Due to a lot of requests, I have decided to make this video in English, mainly due to the Swedish Pokemon market not being the biggest. And speaking of that, I want to talk a little bit about the Swedish market. I know some Swedish people will listen, but it might also be interesting for some people abroad. So the first topic I want to talk about is how the American or the market abroad is affecting the Swedish market. So, for example, with searching Sparks, as fast as the American mostly YouTubers started to talk about how all products were sold out, I could find a lot of products still on the Swedish market. So it seems to be lagging back maybe 1 or 2 weeks. There were one store that had, I think it was 300 Haupt booster boxes, which has been, at the moment it's valued at about $88. It was in the market and has been for pretty much since the beginning. And the Swedish store sold them for about, let me check that. So I checked it and it's about $80. Not anymore though, but I was monitoring it, and after 1 week or so, all the YouTubers were talking about everything being sold out in America. So I started to look at it. I checked the stock. The quantity was about 300, and for 1 or 2 weeks it didn't move. But then in a matter of, I think it was around Christmas, but in a matter of a bit after Christmas actually, it was going from, I think, quantity of 250 to 0. And yeah, as I said in the beginning, the market in Sweden is not as big, obviously, but the hype is still there. But the fact that it seems to be reacting on something that is not happening here seems to create some kind of discrepancy in the market, because the market price in Sweden is a bit higher from the get-go due to, as you well know, taxes. In Sweden, there are no special tax code that is for collectibles, which many other countries have. So it's a standard tariff, which means that the companies who buys in the packs and cases needs to pay more, and therefore it's more expensive for the customers as well. So there are actually some booster boxes that are sold out globally, it seems, or at least in America, that is still available in some stores in Sweden. And it's more expensive from the stores in Sweden than it is from, for example, TCG. We can go and check some of them later, but I also want to talk about how the card market, the single cards, still follows the TCG basically prices identically. So even though it's a difference on how much the packs cost and how much quantity there is in the market, because cards get more expensive when something is sold out, but when you still can find some in the store, the value shouldn't rise as fast as it has done. And of course, I understand that it's not sold out everywhere in the US, but I go from what TCG Play tells me and what I can find on the internet. So, for example, with Paldea Evolved, the market price is $195 USD, whereas they're still available in many stores in Sweden. I can find it easily by searching on a price on around $144, which is a big discrepancy. Of course, someone from the US or UK or whatever would not buy it, as they have to pay for the import taxes, and I believe it's quite expensive from Sweden. But if it's a bigger actor that buys a lot, then it might be worth it in the long run.
With Temple of Forces, the discrepancy is not as big, but it's still some difference. On TCG, it's $146.5, whereas in Sweden in the stores it's about 135. And yeah, before all of you calling me out that I'm stupid and don't understand how the market works, yeah, obviously I understand that there should be a difference in different parts of the world, but I find it interesting that it goes so fast from Swedish market to being more expensive to getting cheaper. So I wonder if there are people abroad buying from the Swedish market, especially due to that quantity on the Searching Spark that I was monitoring, because there were obviously some restocks, but it was so slow. It didn't disappear for 1 or 2 or almost 3 weeks. And then as fast as all the YouTubers was calling out that everything was gone, then all of a sudden within a day or two it was completely gone. And other from that, I saw it in my local food market locked in a cage. I can't find Searching Sparks almost anywhere anymore. But yeah, generally I think Swedish investors and collectors are in a disadvantage compared to other parts of the world, even within the EU, due to the tax codes and tariffs not making any exceptions for collectibles. I think it's a standard of 25%, whereas in the EU it ranges from, I think, 7-8 to 14, which creates a situation where we need to buy from the Swedish stores. Obviously, it's not always a disadvantage. It's good to contribute to the local businesses, but also I think if that tax were to be reduced, it would be more competitive. But yeah, I can't end the video without going through some cards that are underappreciated, at least, maybe also undervalued, but this is a must-have, and I don't have it yet, so I'm gonna show you a few. First off, Deerling from Temple of Forces SIR. All the seasons, beautiful colors, not too many of these cards. So yeah, if you have this one, please hit me up. I'm looking for it. I can't find it on Tradera, which is the biggest or sort of biggest Swedish online market. And yeah, let's follow in the same vein. Sabak, same art. Looking back on its Deerling, it's beautiful. This is a must-have, I believe. And the last one is for all the kids out there that are going to get old, very old. It's a Tinkaton EX from Paldea Evolved. It's quite cartoonish, Barbie, but it's a popular Pokemon from what I've heard. I asked a friend, and maybe it will be a worthwhile investment. And it's quite unique, so yeah. And that is all. Thank you all for watching. Please like, leave a subscribe if you want to, comment something, hit me up if you got these cards, and see you in the next one. Bye. Ha det gott. Hej.